Hey YouTube, how is it going today? In this video, I want to talk about Bitcoin and the cryptos because they are making a pattern that looks like they could be ready to roll over yet again, and that could present a really great trading opportunity. Now, if you're new to my channel, I've been trading and investing for over 20 years, and in every video, I'll show you some of the potential trades and investments that I see setting up. So if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss any future trading or investing ideas. And I also have a Patreon group, so if you would like to be a part of our community and see what we are buying and selling in real time, that link is in the description. Alright, so let's jump over to my trusty Webull charts and take a look at these cryptocurrencies and see if we can determine what could be coming next in the short term for these. And if you saw my last video on Coinbase stock, I think it was right when Bitcoin was making this bounce off of this bottom. I hadn't quite made that second dip yet, and I talked about how it looked like it was probably going to roll over again and possibly take out the low that it made just before I made that video, under 28,000 or so, and Bitcoin didn't quite make it down there, but I do think I'm going to get another shot at it. I was waiting for it to break 28K before I considered making a swing trade on Bitcoin. And actually, let's go back to the hourly chart. Let me back it up a little bit. Bear with me for just a moment. These aren't as easy to maneuver as my TC2000 charting software, but I think when I made that Coinbase chart, it was bouncing right up around here, and I was thinking that we were going to get another rollover, because it's making one of these bearish wedge formations, and that's exactly what we got. We got that rollover, but didn't quite take out the previous low right around 29,258. But if we take a look at this chart, we can see that it is definitely making a rather similar formation again. And let me see if I can get this to work. We can see that it is, man, I got that X right there in my way. We can see that it is making a little bit of the same formation. It could have possibly broken it down already. And this is even more bearish because it's making this wedge below that previous wedge. Now, if we back it out just a little bit, we can see it's still very weak, and the MACD is starting to roll over again. And if we go to the weekly chart, we can see that Bitcoin has broken below the 8-period exponential moving average on the weekly time frame. So this usually leads to more downside movement. We can see the last time that Bitcoin did that after a big run up, we had a considerable down move that lasted for many months. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to last that long this time, but I do think we are certainly most likely going to get another rollover in Bitcoin, and probably all of them, because as Bitcoin goes, so do almost all of the rest of them. Let's jump over to Ethereum real quick. This is the one that I am more interested in trading, but it just depends on how the patterns shape up. Actually, let's go to the daily chart on Ethereum. And we can see Ethereum actually made a lower low. This is what I was kind of looking in Bitcoin, but I was hoping that the lower low was going to go even lower in Ethereum, so I was getting a little bit greedy there. But if we go to the hourly chart, we can see that Ethereum is making a rather similar formation as Bitcoin was making, because, a lot of these do move the same. But there was that break out of that rising wedge formation, and we can see that Ethereum is making that same exact formation again. So I think that I am going to get another chance to buy. It could end up being a triple bottoming formation. It might only make it to around 1800 or so, maybe just a little bit lower, because it does look like the cryptos are starting to carve out a bottom. But the way this pattern is shaping up right here, especially since it's a descending or a rising wedge right after another one, that usually results in another test of the low and usually a break. Sometimes they end up continuing to go lower. Sometimes they just make a kind of like a false breakdown and then immediately reverse. So I do think that it's probably going to be a fast move down, so I'm going to have to be on my toes to catch it, because if you've been following these cryptocurrencies, when they make moves down, they are fast, so you got to be quick. And what I like to do is leg into them, because it's almost impossible to catch these bottoms because they move so fast, so I just Once it starts getting to a pretty attractive level, it makes a lot of sense to just be buying a little bit on the way down, and then when it finally does bottom and bounce right back up, you're usually in the money rather quickly. But I do think that these cryptocurrencies are going to be rolling over pretty soon. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section if you're thinking the same thing. But hopefully I will be able to catch this and make a decent trade on this next move down. All right, guys, well, that's what I see happening with the cryptocurrencies at the moment, but I will continue to make videos on them if I see anything interesting happening and let you guys know about the patterns that are forming before the move comes. So if you guys are interested in seeing these kind of technical analysis videos, please subscribe to the channel before you leave and drop me a like if you appreciated it. And if you have any questions at all, please leave them down there in the comment section. I will get back to you as soon as I can. But until next time, take care, everybody.